Hi guys, so now we are going to do a little tutorial on web scraping. Disclaimer, I am an amateur at web scraping and I know probably what I think I should know. So I'm going to just show you two functions that I believe will be fairly handy in everyday news reporting. What is web scraping? Web scraping is used by usually web developers and journalists to extract large amounts of data from any given website. This is done to save time. Just out of interest, Microsoft's Bing scrapes Google, to give you an idea of how vast this kind of industry is. But scraping is a deep, dark, endless cave that requires time for learning and then an understanding of coding and how websites work. For everyday journalists, especially those in South Africa, data journalism does not factor into our everyday reporting. All I think we should need to know is, as I said earlier, getting tables and scraping Twitter. All right, so there are loads of web scrapers out there, but for the likes of you and me, I want you to download the extension called Web Scraper from either the Google Chrome Web Store or from the add-on tab in Firefox. We're going to be working on Google here, so as you can see, I've already gone to the page. As you can obviously see, I've already added it to my to my browser. It is this icon over here that we are referring to, the little blue one up here. And it just says it's active. So let's do some easy tweet searching. So I've got some code for you, which you'll see at the top of the video, that will allow you to quickly and easily search Twitter and or scrape from Twitter historical data. Okay, so we're going to first search Twitter. We are going to search, I thought what we could search is this guy, the mayor of Newcastle, who was arrested recently, and just to see how he was reported on. So we're going to say all of these words. We're going to also put, just for the sake of this exercise, we're just going to do do it from the 18th of March until today, where I'm shooting this video. All right, we're going to search. And it's going to put up all the tweets, naturally, for that period. Okay, we're going to go to latest. Just notice at the in here how when you move from latest to top, how the URL changes. We're going to go to latest. In this particular, we need that URL to change. Here we are. Now, let's say we want to take all of this copy out of here, put it into a spreadsheet. Perhaps we want to analyze what story was retweeted the most, which was liked the most, commented on the most. So to do that, we then go to up here. You'll see three little dots on the top right hand corner. You're going to click on that. You're going to go to more tools. You're going to go to developer tools. And now you're going to be kind of blown away by all this. Don't worry about all this stuff. You're going to go right to the end here. You're going to click on Web Scraper. You can see I've been doing some scraping on my own, but we are going to for when we're doing Twitter, we're going to import a sitemap. We're going to create one a bit later, but we're going to import a sitemap. I want you to click on there. Now I've given you the cheat sheet, I suppose, if that's it, for the code. You'll see it, it's gist.github.com, and then the whole bit more on that address. So I've got it. I'm going to just copy and paste it in here. There we go. All right, this is the code we want to do Twitter scraping. We're then going to copy and paste all of this. Great. We're going to go here. We're going to actually put it in here. Sitemap JSON. Just remember, just notice that this is actually what it says up here, Twitter JSON. So we're going to paste all that code in there. We're going to give it a name. It has to be lowercase. So I'm going to whoops. It has to be all lowercase, this. So let's just call it Mashlaba. And we're going to import, oh goodness, already exists. So Mhlaba 1, you can see I've been practicing. Mhlaba 1. All right. And now we need to make sure this code searches this parameters, which is up here. It's under latest. Go and grab that URL, copy it. Cool. Then go to where it says sitemap Mhlaba 1. Click on there. Go to edit metadata. Yeah. And we're going to save. Now you can usually check that you get data preview if you want. Yeah, we'll just do a quick preview. Let's see if it gives us one. This is it's going to just quickly go through what we want to search and tell us whether all our parameters are incorrectly, and that is what we are going to see. Here we go. We now should be at the end of it. It's going to pop it up now. There we go. So this is pretty much what we're going to get. Okay. Then we go back to sitemap Mhlaba 1. Drop down box. We're going to scrape. Click on scrape. Just leave all that and go start scraping. And it's going to scrape in front of your eyes. Obviously, the larger the area or time frame you want to scrape, the longer it's going to take. You must remember though, with Twitter doesn't really like being scraped, and I don't mind these kind of small volumes and all of that, but they really don't like it when large volumes are extracted. And sometimes I find, especially if you're doing a large kind of data set, like if you want to scrape all of the witnesses' tweets, you certainly don't get all of them. And sometimes if you do the tweet twice, you get a different volume. So it's not like foolproof this, but certainly for smaller, more concise searches that are way more local, I would recommend just using this tool. To follow hashtags or to follow local hashtags or follow local issues that are taking place in your community. Okay, so now it's finished. You can see that little window has disappeared that it was scraping from. Go to refresh, and there it is. Okay, but now we want to get this off, and we actually want to download this. So we go to sitemap again, sitemap Mhlaba 1. Click on there. We're going to export data as CSV, which is basically an Excel spreadsheet, and it's going to open for us. And here it is. Now remember, if you've done the tutorial previously on how to sort your data, we can quickly format this to auto adjust all these so everything fits in. And now it's quite handy. You could probably, there we go. That is very handy. So the who tweeted, their name, the tweet, how many replies, retweets, favorites. If you want to go and see that actual tweet there, you use a URL. Just remember to preface that with twitter.com. And that's how that is it. It's a very, very handy tool for, as I say, for local reporting and getting an idea of what people say. Okay, now I'm just going to close this, or we're going to minimize it. Now I want to show you how to get a table. Now, getting tables are generally, usually you can, depending on small tables, one would merely just copy and paste it into Excel, and that would be that. But obviously when it comes to slightly larger tables, it might be worthwhile to be able to skip all that and just grab the whole thing by just doing a little bit of scraping. Sometimes websites, when you go to their tables and you copy and paste, they only somehow fill one cell in the spreadsheet. And that's just the way it was put in on the website. So if you want to get around that, then scraping is certainly the way to go. So we're going to visit the KZN Department of Health website. It's a fairly simple scrape this. And we're going to go to health facilities, and we're going to go to provincial hospitals. And there we go. We want to get this entire table. Now, yes, you could copy and paste it, but for the purpose of this exercise, we're not going to. So now you're looking at it. You're like, oh, I want this on my computer, and I want to keep a record of this. So you go, once again, 3 little dots, top right-hand corner. Open that. More tools, developer tools. It's going to give you all this funky stuff, but you go all the way to web scraper. You now are going to create a new sitemap, and we're going to call this DOH-table. Okay, and we got to say where we want the scraping to take place. So we're going to copy that URL. We're going to put it in over here, and we're going to say create sitemap. Oh gosh, I keep on making, obviously you can see I've been practicing. So here we go, DOH-table 1. And the work is not done. I mean, if you try to scrape from here, you get nothing. So what we need to do now is we need to tell the scraper that it needs to grab the table. So to do that, we are going to go and add new selector. Yes, we're going to call this one new table. We give it a little ID. We're then going to go with type, and we're going to open that, and we're going to go to table. Very simply done. Then we need to push the select button over here. You'll see this bar comes up, and you'll see when I hover over this table how it lights up like a Christmas tree. Yeah? So we're going to select it. It's going to go red. We've now selected that table. And invariably I just click multiple because it comes in handy for when, just as a force of habit. So if it goes beyond the site, it might grab some other stuff when you move on to later tweeting, later scraping. And push done selecting. Notice how it has auto-filled all of this for you. Okay. And we are going to say save selector. We're going to do a data preview because we obviously want to see what, oh look, and there it is. It's kind of saying yes. Alright. And then of course you follow the whole process. You got a sitemap DOH table. You scrape. You start scraping. It's going to quickly do it for you. There we go, and then you're going to refresh here, and you are going to go back here. You're going to export data as CSV. You're going to download it, and you can clean it up by formatting it, auto fit column width, and there is everything that you need. Interesting story points would be you could work out which hospital has the most beds, which has the least beds. I mean, you could even check if all their phone numbers work. That would be interesting. Yeah, this it tells you who the managers are. I mean, how recent are these lists? How many you see? I can already see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 acting. So that could possibly be a story. Why are there more? There's way more than that. Why are there so many acting managers with our Department of Health and Crisis? So the data can actually tell you stories when you start looking at it and sorting it. Remember we had how to sort. We can sort by highest to lowest. Sort small or largest. Just notice it pulls all the nulls. Don't worry about that, of course. Yeah, quite a lot of fun. You can do quite a bit with this. All right, good luck. Happy scraping. And if you have any issues, I'll see if I can help you.